Strength is lost in translation. After the library, I took Gabriel to my parents' house. I frequently encouraged this relationship because I figured time with my parents could help my son feel rooted in his culture, especially since I couldn't expect children's books to do that for him. That weekend, Gabriel and I sat on the floor in the living room of my childhood home. My dad handed me a Starbucks gift card as he knelt down to sit with us. As I looked at him quizzically, Appa, where'd you get this? You don't go to Starbucks. He chuckled. Today at work, a lady asked me to help her find a good head of lettuce. He leaned back, waving his hand around the way he does when he's gearing up to tell a story. My mother was in the kitchen cooking lunch for us. I give her one. It's no good. I hand her another one. It's no good. He shook his head. This happened over and over again. She's driving me crazy. He laughed. Why don't this lady leave me alone? I think. She keep bugging me. She was starting to piss me off. I couldn't help but laugh with him. She come back up to me and says, this part of this one lettuce is good, but the other side bad. And this side of the lettuce is good, but the other side bad. So you know what I do? What, Appa? I said, completely engrossed in his story since I rarely heard him speak so many words. I take the 2 head of lettuce, I take one, rip it in half like this. He made 2 fists, put them together, and made a twisting motion. I take the other one, I rip that one in half, like this. He twisted his hands again. Then I take and tie the wrap around it. It has 2 good sides. I say, there's your perfect lettuce. And she laughed. She was so happy. Turns out she was a secret shopper. She said I gave her excellent customer service, and she gave me Starbucks gift card. Now you take. I looked down at the gift card. My dad's tolerance astounded me. His whole life he had been like this, emulating a monk-like serenity and patience, only to turn around and tell me what he really thinks. He has a kind of self-control I admired, and I knew it was somehow different than submission. He emulated strength and discipline because he refused to let people get to him. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit us and there was over a 400% increase in anti-Asian hate crimes, so many people asked our communities, why are Asians so quiet? That's why this violence is happening, because all you are so quiet, and people know they can walk all over you. My father and the lettuce, his little anecdote gave me the clarity I needed. The word strength is lost in translation with white Americans. We Asian Americans are not quiet. Many of us just perceive as quiet because of the stereotype that Asian people, that we're demure, submissive. We fight back. It just doesn't look how they think it should look. The American way of fighting back is to be loud, aggressive, combative, to physically dominate over someone else. But when we look at Asian canon literature, such as Sun Tzu's The Art of War, we actually understand our way of fighting back is intellectual warfare, and that to go to battle means to admit defeat. In other words, crouch to conquer. Crouch, not bow down. Just because we are Asians, we are not showing rage does not mean that we are not feeling it. It is also a Buddhist ideal to have mastery over oneself, to demonstrate the utmost discipline. It is a difference of cultural norms. And the moment is when I learned of the gift of my father, the gift of endurance and protecting your inner peace, a Buddhist idea to its core. I looked at my father's aged face. I wish I was more like that, Appa. He smiled. You just gotta ignore. And whoosh. He motioned his hand over his head. Let it fall over you. There are so many idiots. I chortled. And then my mother walked in. I already knew what she was going to say. Yobo, she reprimanded, like she did when she felt he was rambling and boring the present company. Uma. I shot her a look to leave him alone. I peered at my father's face, but he didn't appear to mind. He was smiling contently, staring off into space. I wondered if he was using his own advice to deal with my mother. That following Monday, I had a virtual interview with an Asian student at the high school I worked at. The pandemic had been going on for a little over a year, and school was still online. I was sitting in my makeshift home office that I had thrown together when school shut down as a result of COVID. The student had worked for the newspaper. He was doing a story about the Stop Asian Hate movement. His first question was, why have Asian Americans been so quiet about the increase in Asian hate crimes as a result of COVID? I sighed. This question again, the question that triggered an overwhelming sense of exhaustion. I was tired of people assuming that because the media did not highlight our protests, that we were being stereotyped even further as a submissive group of people, and as a result, people assumed that we were complacent with rising anti-Asian hate crimes. I felt like I owed it to this Asian student, who had a lot to learn about the history of Asian American community. to explain. Before I began, I thought of my father and his advice when the woman in the grocery store harassed him for being the perfect head of lettuce, or for the perfect head of lettuce. Maybe if I told this kid the problem of stereotyping Asians as submissive or quiet, he would spread the word. I took a deep breath and began. I told him that the Asian idea of strength doesn't translate properly in English. In America, strength means to be outspoken, to be allowed to dominate over someone else. But being a child of Asian immigrants, I understood strength to mean something else entirely, our parents' strength. And I told him not about what my father I told him about what my father taught me about strength. I told him that strength means to pick up and move to another country and start over. I talked to him about Buddhism, in which strength means protecting your inner peace, about Sun Tzu's The Art of War. I told him about the film Karate Kid Had It Wrong. For those of us like me who actually studied Asian martial arts, the practice was never about conquering other people, it was about conquering yourself through self-control.